Hey guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to another video. It's semi-final time in Euro 2024. We have got just one game standing in the way for 4 teams to make it down to the final of Euro 2024. How fast this tournament has gone, how brilliant this tournament has been in my personal opinion. But we are down to the final 4 right now, and we could be on for hopefully what is going to be an exciting penultimate round before the final encounter between 2 of these 4 teams going into this week's semi-final draw. Before we get into talking about the games, analysing them, and of course predicting them, because this after all is a predictions video, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always and very greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section as well. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, opinions, but most of all, of course, your predictions on how you think each and every single game will go this week in terms of the semi-finals. Who makes it to the final? Who falls at the second to last hurdle? And would love to know what you guys think and feel on that one. So please do leave your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, down below in the comment section. Use and abuse that comment section, people. Talk to me on the semi-final of Euro 2024. Would love to hear from you all on that. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Let's talk Euro 2024's semi-final action. And first and foremost, what a way to kick things off. Spain taking on France. And as you can see, I have gone with a 2-1 victory in favour of Spain. Look, France went into this competition as one of the favourites. Of course they did. The squad they have, the history they have, the recent history as well. Of course, you would be backing the French. You'd be a fool not to give the French anything going into this tournament. But the Spanish have been very, very good. The Spanish have been seriously good. I think a lot better than what a lot of us, including myself, and I hold my hands up to that and say I agree to this, that they have been a lot better than I think a lot of us expected. And fair play to the Spanish for that. In terms of this game, I've gone with a 2-1 victory in favour of Spain. Now, Spain are the informed team. Spain are the informed team in this competition. France are not. In fact, I think France have been... They're very close with England as to being the top underwhelming team at this competition. They've been very, very poor, very underwhelming. They didn't even top their group. They got by the round of 16 by, I think, what went down as a rather fortuitous own goal. They passed the quarter-final stages only on penalties, beating the Portuguese via the dreaded lottery of the spot kicks. They have been very underwhelming. Kylian Mbappe showed flashes, Kylian Mbappe showed moments, but he's not had anything clinical. His only goal in this competition has been from the penalty spot. France are still yet to find a goal from open play that is scored by a French player. They've been very poor. Very, very poor. To say that they've got to this stage of the competition based on that is rather fortuitous. But at the same time, you still wouldn't put it past the French to find their feet at this stage of the competition. You still wouldn't put it past the French to just click into gear. Just like that. I think this is a much more difficult game to call than what many people may think. I know Spain go into it with all the momentum, all the form. But in a one-off game, France could simply turn up. And I don't think they necessarily deserve to be in the final, given the way that they've played, given the way that they've performed. And I think some serious questions probably do need to be asked of the manager after this tournament, if he is going to be leaving. I know there's been a lot of talk that maybe he will. But this French team is so much better than what they have shown so far in this tournament that I think it is a conversation worth having. And I think as well, if they were to get through, I think it could be very undeserving for them, because Spain have been excellent in this competition so far. Excellent. I can't really fault Spain at all. They look very balanced. Yes, they can be got at, but every team in this competition has shown moments of vulnerability and shown moments where they look a bit weak and a bit, like they can be got at. I just think that Spain obviously deserve it more, but of course it all comes down to the day, who earns it more, who wants it more, and of course who has the quality when it matters most to get the job done and dusted. On paper, it should be France. It should be France. It says a lot about this French team that their best player in this tournament has been N'Golo Kante. It says a lot about this French squad when you consider that he has been their best player in this overall tournament. But like I say, the French have so much quality, so much depth, so much talent that they could click into gear at any moment. They really, really could. In saying that, I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for this game because obviously the French will need to step it up. They rode their luck against Belgium, even though Belgium have been very underwhelming themselves and very poor themselves. They were extremely underwhelming against Portugal. And Portugal, again, were one of the favourites going into this competition. They had a lot riding on it. I think a lot about Cristiano Ronaldo probably harmed Portugal in the end and harmed that game in particular. But they only managed to scrape by on penalties. You push your luck too much, eventually you get caught out. And I feel like maybe that might occur here for the French. The Spanish, like I said, have been brilliant. Knocking out the host in the last game, in which was the best game in that quarterfinal draw. I thought they were excellent. Again, they showed times where they were vulnerable. They showed times where they could be got at, and the French could certainly look at that. And I think as well, the absence of both Pedri and Dani Carvajal, Pedri through injury, Carvajal through suspension, could be massive for the Spanish. Could be massive for the French as well, particularly on that left-hand side. If you pull Kylian Mbappe onto that left-hand side against whoever is going to be obviously deputising for the suspended Carvajal, it could be a torrid game for him. It could be a very torrid game. I just think this is a moment where Spain have got an amazing opportunity to make it into a Euros final. I think for the first time since 2012, since they won it, I believe. And France have an incredible opportunity to obviously make it into a final for the first time since 2016. Both teams have got a good opportunity, but one team is going into it with far much more momentum than the other. And although I did question at the beginning of this tournament Spain's goal-scoring attributes, I've got to obviously change my opinion on that based on what I am seeing in this tournament. And the Spanish are creating plenty of chances. The Spanish are doing incredibly well in games to get by. They're playing some great football. They're mixing it up a little bit. It's not completely the Spanish sides that we used to know going down the years. They are mixing it up a little bit. Nico Williams is having a great tournament. The 16-year-old Lamine Yamal is absolutely insanely good. Insanely good, and is just taking to this competition like a duck to water. I'm looking forward to this game. I really, really am looking forward to this game. And like I say, it's not a foregone conclusion. I'm not saying Spain are destined and definite to win this game. I'm not saying this is set in concrete, set in stone, whatever you want to call it. But based on form, based on who's looking the better side, based on who's going into this game maybe with more confidence, more unity, more togetherness, I've got to go with Spain. I really have. So I'm going with Spain to win this game. I'm not entirely confident, but the Spanish to get one over on the French and make it into the final would be insane. So I'm going with Spain to win 2-1 on this. Next up, England against Netherlands. England against the Netherlands, an interesting game awaits. Again, like the French, England have been very underwhelming this tournament. One of the tournament favourites. They have performed nowhere near the level of expectation that we were hoping for. even though a lot of us saw that it's Gareth Southgate's system, so of course the underwhelming and boring brand of football was always set to be played. But even so, I think they've actually defied expectation and managed to even exceed the amount of boring football that we've anticipated. Yes, the quarterfinal stages was much better from England, but even then, with the bar being so low, it seemed like Gareth Southgate had obviously lowered any expectation of playing a good brand of football that much that any slight improvement from England over the course of this tournament was going to be met with huge universal praise, and that is exactly what has happened. Like, Southgate ball has been that dreadful, that poor. His decision making has been terrible. His choice of substitutions at times have been baffling, and choice of when to make those substitutions have been baffling, that everybody's expectations seemingly was so lowered going into the game against Switzerland in the quarterfinal stages that the slightest improvement was met with insane amounts of praise from the media, from fans, and from fans alike. It was insane to me that I couldn't honestly believe what I was hearing and what I was reading. It was crazy to me. But at the same time, again, if England are to make it through, and they've got a very good chance of making it through, don't get me wrong, I think it will probably be undeserving, and I think you'll probably have the most undeserving final if obviously France and England were to make it through to the final. But standing in the Three Lions way is obviously Ronald Koeman's Netherlands. Now, I wouldn't say Netherlands have been perfect in this competition. Their best performance obviously came in that 3-0 round of 16 knockout round against Romania, in which they were brilliant. They weren't great against Turkey, but I think the thing that obviously set them apart from Turkey in the round of 16 was overall just their superior experience, their better game management, and you could just see that as the game wore on, for as entertaining as what Turkey have been, for as free-flowing and as exciting as what Turkey had been, they just ran out of steam after the hour mark. After the hour mark, Turkey just completely ran out of steam, and the Dutch took over, and you just knew it was going to happen. In this one, I don't really know what to expect. Again, similar to France, England have the squad to make it into the final. England should have the squad, really, to go on and win this competition and do it in a more convincing style than what they've managed to so far in this competition. But we haven't seen it so far. We haven't seen it so far. And again, that England squad is full and oozing of brilliant, beautiful individual talent. We've seen it in flashes in this tournament already. We've seen the inspiration of Jude Bellingham getting the equalising goal against Slovakia. We've seen it from Bukayo Saka scoring a brilliant goal against Switzerland. Again, another equaliser. And it all could just all align, and it all could work like a well-oiled machine just overnight like that, because that is just how good this England side is. But we haven't seen it so far, and the Dutch are no pushovers. I was a bit worried about the Dutch going into the tournament. Similar to Spain, I was sort of questioning their firepower up front. Would it be enough for them to obviously get through? I also question whether the injuries to the likes of Frankie de Jong and Koopmeiners would also come back to hurt them. I thought it was a big double blow for the Netherlands to obviously suffer going into the tournament. But I've got to say, they've been very, very good so far, and Cody Gakpo certainly has been an inspiration to the Netherlands in this tournament. I think Wout Weghorst has been a super sub for them, and I never thought I would say that, but changing it up to be a bit more direct certainly helped them, especially in that Turkey game. And I feel like if they were to start him in this and go more direct, I feel like they could cause England some problems. England, let's face it, I don't think Gareth Southgate's going to change his tactics. I don't think he's going to change his squad personnel too much, which is going to be crazy because having spent the past week in 2 120-minute games in which there was very little rotation, and the substitutions that came in were obviously way too late in both games. He was more reactionary than anything. I just think Netherlands could really take advantage of that. They could really take advantage of this England side, which may be suffering with a sense of fatigue, both mentally and physically. If this game goes all the way to penalties, I think England win it. Don't get me wrong. I think England win it if this game goes to penalties. But I think England are there for the taking. And this is a fantastic opportunity for the Netherlands to not only knock out a tournament favourite, to really gather some momentum going into the final, but also just to take England, just to take England out of this competition. It is a massive opportunity for them. And I really think they should take full advantage of that. And I think if Van Dijk's on form, I know he's had a bit of a hit and miss tournament, shall we say, a bit of an inconsistent tournament. But if he's on form, I think if Mickey van der Ven starts, I think Nathan Ake as well, his kind of role in this Dutch squad has been a bit underrated and gone a bit under the radar so far in this competition. And then if you continue with what you have going forward, Denzel Dumfries down one side, Cody Gakpo as a left wing on the other. Like I say, if Weghorst is there, I know Depay gets a lot of stick, but his energy is going to be very much needed in this. And Xavi Simons, who I think has had a pretty good tournament so far, there's a lot there for England to certainly be concerned about and certainly be mindful of going into this game. I just think England will have enough individual quality, and again, it relies on individual moments. Because let's face it, England have got this far by individual talent and individual quality and just moments. It's not been anything tactical. It's not been anything too deep. It has been through special individual moments. Jude Bellingham in the round of 16, and obviously Bukayo Saka in the quarterfinals. There's been nothing more to it than that. They haven't been great by any stretch of the imagination. Gareth Southgate's not going to change his tactics. We're not going to go to a back 3 or back 5 as many people predicted going into the quarterfinal stages. It's going to be the same England team. The only exception may be that Mark Guéhi comes back for Ezri Konsa. Harry Kane, depending on that, if it was an injury that he suffered, is still going to make it into the squad, despite obviously playing very, very poorly throughout the entirety of the tournament. He's not going to change. It's going to be just go out there, here's the vibes, go out there and just play my way, go a goal down, and then when you go a goal down, just do whatever. Because he's got no plan, he's got no tactic. It's just rely on the individual brilliance of these players. And hey, if England get to a final, I guess we're at the stage now where we don't care how we play. We just want to get to a final. We just want to obviously win it by any means necessary. So I guess for the ultra-positive England fan, that is the case. And you know what? On some level, I would be happy if England go on and win it. I'd be happy for friends. I'd be happy for family. I'd be happy for the nation. But at the same time, if I am a football fan, I'm saying that England don't deserve it. I'm saying that England should be knocked out in this stage. But at the same time, I'm looking at the game and I'm thinking the strength and depth is in England's favour. The individual talent and quality is in England's favour. Netherlands may have a better balanced squad, but I said that about Switzerland in the last round and they just couldn't make anything of that. I think the advantage lies with England. So I'm going with a 2-1 England win. Again, I'm not entirely confident, but at the same time, I think everything is pulling in England's direction and in England's favour when it comes to this game. And it's not just about the balance of the team. It's not just about the better squad. It's not just about anything else. It's mainly to do with having the better individual players. And I think that will get Gareth Southgate over the line. And I think that is why England will meet Spain in the final in my prediction. But there you have it. Those are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What did you make of the semi-final draw to come in Euro 2024? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you think makes it into that final on Sunday, whether it be France or Spain on one side of the draw, or England or Netherlands on the other side. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, but most of all, of course, your predictions, because after all, people, this is a prediction show after all. So please do get involved in all of that. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Hit the like button on the way out if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new. I want to see more content like this. Both things are always incredibly greatly appreciated. Use and abuse the comment section as well. Thanks everyone for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see you and speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Enjoy the semi-finals to come. I'll be back. I'll be back very, very soon. Until then, take care. See you soon.